anybody joining me today? Hey, Adam. How are you today, Adam? Hey, Tina. I hope everybody's well. Welcome to my kitchen. Gonna wait for some more people to get on. Hi, Kim. While I open my bacon. Ready for school. Well, I'm done with school. I feel like I have to go to school every day though. Sometimes my job feels like school. Hey, Shelly. So, let's see, today's Monday. No, it's not. Today's Tuesday. That's what kind of day I've had. I've had a Monday. I've had 2 Mondays in a row. But that's okay. Hey, Lori. I hadn't seen you in a while. I have had to change my menu at the last minute today. Actually, I've changed 3 times, I think, what I was going to make today. So, I had planned something, and of course, Donnie didn't want it. Let me grab this other cutting board. I forgot. I probably don't even have half of what I need laid out here because like I said, I've changed it, I know twice, maybe not 3 times. So, at the last minute, I made a last minute change and had to come up with a menu. So, which that's what I do anyway. I don't really, when I go grocery shopping, I just kind of get a general idea of what I might want to cook through the week. But, you know, I'm one of these people that I can't say I want to eat this on this day. I like to kind of see what I'm in the mood for and what I feel like cooking and what I feel like doing. So today, what I'm going to start with, I'm going to cook some cabbage. I like boiled cabbage. You can totally boil it on the stovetop, and it's great. But you can cook it in the pressure cooker, and it cooks really fast. So I'm going to have some cabbage. And I'm also going to make something that a lot of people around here have probably never heard of. Hey, Roger. So I'm fixing to make something that Donnie and I really like. And a lot of people around here have probably never heard of it. It's quinoa. Ooh, that light's glowing. Quinoa. If you see that, quinoa. Now this is boiled in a bag quinoa, but I took it out of the bag because I don't want to boil it in the bag. Usually I buy it in a bag, like you might buy rice in a bag. And this is tricolor quinoa. So you can buy just the white or you can buy just the red. But it has protein in it. It has 6 grams of protein in a serving. It's kind of like a grain. I guess it is a grain. But it's gluten-free. And it has protein in it, so it's not as bad and starchy like rice, but it gives you yeah, it is spelled backwards, sorry. It gives you a sense that you're eating rice. Now, it's a textural thing. Some people don't like it because of the texture of it. It's different, but we really like it, and Donnie actually likes it. So, that's good if you found something Donnie likes. He likes a lot of stuff, but he's very hard to cook for sometimes. Just like today. Today, he's hard to cook for because I had a whole menu planned, but he didn't want it, so I ran it by him. Glad I ran it by him because, anyway. Okay, so let me, what am I going to start with? I'm going to start with the quinoa because it needs to cook and soak up the juice and everything. So, this is about a half a cup of quinoa, so it's not going to make a lot. petted. You got that right, Roger. He is petted. So what I'm making today is a quinoa pilaf. Kind of like a rice pilaf. I call it quinoa pilaf. And so, in my quinoa pilaf, I chopped some onion. And I'm not going to do a lot of onion, but I might do a half a large onion. And I might not do the whole thing. I don't know. I'm going to chop it up and see. I'm just going to see how it comes out. But I like to chop an onion up in it. And I like to put a little garlic in it. And some carrot. And if I had any mushrooms, I would put mushrooms in it. But I've used all my mushrooms this week. So I'm out. So guess what? No mushrooms in my pilaf. So. I think I need some, something to eat. I feel like my blood sugar's a little low today. Get me a cookie. I feel a little shaky. I think it's just from the rushing around here. Hey, Sharon. So I'm going to be easy on this knife. I don't want to cut my finger off. All right. That's probably about a half a cup of onion. And since I'm not doing much, I'm not going to do any more than that. Since I'm not cooking a whole lot. Hey, Martha. Oh, yes. I could also add, I've got these, still getting these out of the garden. So I may put it's just a sweet banana pepper. I'll probably cut one of these up in it as well. So just cut it up a little small. I'm going to cut it in rings to start with. Okay. And then I'm going to go across the rings and just make little chunks here and there. So I posted the pie I made the other day, and it makes me think I might need to do a video on my coconut pie because I got lots of responses to that. It was really good, or it is really good. I still have some left. I only made one, and I did share it with my mom and dad, and of course Johnny and I, he liked my pie. So we've ate a little bit of it too. I'm just cutting this pepper up pretty small. It's really easy. That coconut pie that I made is really easy. So if I make, I may do another one and show y'all how easy it is. And now I'm gonna just chop up a carrot or two. And I told y'all I don't have everything together. I didn't get my peeler. So let me grab that. Let me peel my carrots really quickly. And I'll probably do a couple carrots. We really like carrot. So I'll probably do a couple carrots in them. I gotta get this going. I feel like I'm in slow motion today. I was behind getting started, and I really shouldn't put this in my garbage because I just put a new garbage bag in. Hey, Miss Josephine. Melinda, you watching too? Yeah, I called it Monday because it has been, you know, I did not get to do anything at work today that I had planned on doing. So, I just feel like it's been a Monday. Chop this carrot up. And I'm going to come back across and chop them up a little smaller. Hi, Deb. Okay. I may need to eat a carrot. I really think I need to eat a carrot. Let me eat a carrot. Carrot's good. I'm just going back across these bigger ones and cutting them a little smaller. I think I'm getting a little hypoglycemic this afternoon. Whew. Okay. I ate lunch early today and I didn't snack this afternoon. My body's not used to that. Probably getting my blood sugar down to normal levels. I can't handle normal around here. I'm joking. I mean, I shouldn't joke about that. Very serious issue. Very serious. All right. Getting these carrots chopped up a little bit. Hey, Angela. Some of them are pretty small, you know, because of the ends, but I just want to, I don't want them just huge. I like for them in the pilaf to kind of just be small pieces of everything. Okay? So, now, I've got carrots and onion and a little pepper. And I don't have any fresh garlic, but I've got this jar of garlic, so I'm going to use that. And I'm going to go over to the stove. I don't know if you can see me. Go ahead and turn it a little bit. I have a little saucepan on the stove with a lid. And I'm going to add a little olive oil in the bottom. And turn on the heat. And I'm going to add the onion and the carrot and the pepper to it and saute it a little bit. And then I'm going to add a little bit of garlic to it. Probably going to be more pilaf than, more veggies in it than there is quinoa today. Usually I have a little more quinoa, but that's all I have. But that's plenty. We don't need any more than that. All right. I think I hardly put enough. Put a little more olive oil in there. And I'm going to add a little bit of salt to it and let it kind of sweat down a little bit. And they'll cook down as they sweat down. I'll put the lid on it and just kind of let that sweat down a little bit and cook a little bit. So now, hi Melissa and Sheila. Now I'm going to get started on my cabbage. Whoa. Get my phone fixed here. Ooh, sorry about that. I don't know what's going on. Okay, there we go. This thing is just being a little bit stubborn today. All right, so I'm not gonna cook this whole head of cabbage because we don't need it. So let me just go ahead and cut it in half. I've already washed it and pulled the outer leaves off of it. Cabbage is hard to cut sometimes. All right, cut it in half, and then I'm gonna just cut a couple, just kind of quarter it around the core here. And really, just 2 hunks. Let me cut this core out. It's probably enough because we don't need that much. It's just the 2 of us. So I'm going to put it in here and just kind of loosen it up a little bit. I'll loosen it up a little bit. Now you can put water in it. I actually have some chicken broth that I'm going to put a little bit of in. I'm going to put some of this in my quinoa too. But I'm gonna go ahead and put a little chicken broth over here. Probably about a half cup. Should be enough. And I've got some bacon, and I'm gonna put this bacon in there with it. But let me also put some pepper, because I like a lot of pepper on my cabbage. You could just do ground, you know, finely ground black pepper, or this is the coarse ground that I'm grinding myself. So we like a lot of black pepper. So there we go. And some salt on my cabbage. And then I'm just going to take a couple pieces of bacon and lay it on top of it. Maybe 3 pieces. 2's probably enough, but I'll do 3 for good measure. So see how I've got that? And then I left my lid over there, so let me go grab my lid. This thing's wanting to pull off. I'm sorry. I should have used a different tripod tonight. Alright, so let me go ahead and put my lid on there. I'm fixing to get a different tripod before this one falls over. I'll tell you. Okay, so I'm going to set it on pressure on high. And I'm going to put it on for 5 minutes. I don't think it'd take quite that long, but that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so we've got our quinoa pilaf, and we've got our cabbage going. And next, let me go ahead and add a little garlic to my veggies over in my pilaf, because I don't have the quinoa in it yet. These are sweating down good. Go ahead and add a little bit of garlic to it. Not much, you know, probably just like a clove or a clove and a half. Not even a teaspoonful, because I don't have much. That lid was very hot that I took off of there. I don't know if y'all caught that, but I about burned my hand. So, I'm going to put this lid back on here and let that sweat on down a little bit. Okay, so for our main entree, I have got some very thick, boneless pork chops. Very thick cut ones. And I had them sitting over here with a little Dale's steak sauce on them for a little bit. Haven't had them marinating all day or anything, just probably maybe 30 minutes, if that long. And I'm gonna do that, and I guess I'll go ahead and just use a little bit of this Creole seasoning on it tonight. Give it a little kick tonight. Let me go ahead and start I'm gonna grill these inside. I'm not going outside, it's too hot. It's just too hot today. So I'm gonna grill them over here on my grill pan. You could cook them in an iron skillet, whatever. I'm gonna let my grill get hot, and then I'm just gonna flip these over and season them on the other side, and I'm just gonna grill these off. And we're just gonna have them grilled. Nothing fancy tonight. Just some grilled pork chops and some boiled cabbage, some quinoa pilaf. And then I think I'm gonna cook a couple of ears of corn. So, simple supper tonight, but it should be filling and it should taste pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and set this cabbage off to the side out of the way because I don't need it anymore. And I don't need my bacon anymore. I'm gonna cook my corn in the microwave. And Then I'm going to make a butter to put on it. A herb butter, maybe is what you call it. I don't know. Okay, these have sweated down pretty good. But there's a lot of vegetables in there, but they're getting pretty soft. So, I'm going to go ahead now and add my quinoa. And I'm going to stir it in to my veggies. And I'm going to get my chicken broth. And this is about a cup and a half here. Which should be plenty for a half a cup of quinoa. Hey Hunter, I love you too, buddy. Now I'm going to turn this down. Actually, I'm going to slide it back on the back eye and turn it on the back eye a little lower with the lid on it and just let it go. I'm going to let it boil until the quinoa soaks up the juice and it should be done. So we'll check back on that in a few minutes. Okay, so back to my meat. This is getting pretty hot. So I'm gonna let it go just another minute. I may go ahead and put some black pepper on it. Like I said, it's been sitting in this Dale steak sauce, which is pretty salty, but not for too awful long. It hasn't been there too awful long. Hey, Teresa. I missed you coming on. So, let's go see if our grill is hot yet. Okay. So, I'm going to take the season side. It's getting there. It's not really as hot as I want. I hear it sizzling, but I would rather it be a little bit hotter. So I'm going to wait just a minute before putting the other ones on. Fagan's wanting in. Fagan's always wanting in. So let me go let Fagan in while that's getting hot. Because he's barking at the door. He'll probably be barking and wanting out before it's over with. Come on, Fagan. All right. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and just put these on. Get it over with. Go ahead and throw this in the sink because I'm done with it. I put the seasoned side down on the grill, so I'm gonna go ahead and season the other side with my Creole seasoning. We're just gonna let that go. Hopefully it'll cook good. Hey, Dolores. Okay. So now, while we're waiting on that, I've got my corn, and my corn was froze. This was some corn that I put up in the freezer. So it was frozen. It's still frozen, actually. I didn't get it out and thaw it. But I rinsed it off, and I've wrapped it in a wet paper towel. So I've got 2 ears of corn wrapped in a wet paper towel. What is that, Marion? What brand of grill pan is that? It actually came with my stove. So my cooktop is an Electrolux gas cooktop, and it came with this grill pan. But now I think you could get a Lodge one, because it's cast iron. So you could probably get a Lodge one, or any other kind of cast iron brand. Okay, so my corn is still froze, so it'll probably take just a little bit longer to cook than normal, which normally I think it's like 3 minutes per ear if it's not froze. I'm going to stick it in the microwave, and I'm going to go ahead and set it on 5 minutes. And then we're going to check it and see how it is. And I've got it on a plate, wrapped in a wet paper towel, frozen corn on the cob, okay? Let me go pop it in the microwave. So it should only take a second. There we go, I'm back. That didn't take too long. So, hey Crystal. How's Hey Russell? Okay, Crystal, what are we making? I'm sorry, I'm trying to see all the comments. Okay, what we're making, Crystal, is in my pressure cooker, my Ninja Foodie pressure cooker, I'm boiling some cabbage. I love boiled cabbage, and it cooks really fast in the pressure cooker. On the stove, on the back eye, Crystal, I have got quinoa. And actually, this is the brand I used today. Roger told me it's backwards, but that says quinoa. And this is a boil in the bag kind, but I actually took it out of the bag. Normally I don't buy the boil in the bag kind, but because I want it to soak up all the juice. So I've got that on the back eye, and it's a quinoa pilaf. And I took onion and garlic and carrots and a little bit of banana peppers and chopped all that up and cooked it in a little olive oil and salted it. Then I added the quinoa and I added chicken broth, and I'm going to let that just cook together until it soaks up all the liquid. On the grill, I've got some boneless, thick cut pork chops. I'm really hoping those will get done. I probably should have put those out before I did, because I should have put those on first because they're really thick. I wasn't thinking they were as thick as they are. They are really thick. So that's what we've got going on there. In the microwave, I have put my corn on the cob. I don't know if y'all have seen in the past where I talked about I cook corn on the cob in the microwave, but it really cooks good in the microwave. If it's thawed up or fresh corn, about 3 minutes per ear, and it is so good. Easy and good. Now, this is frozen, and I had 2 ears, and I put it on 5 minutes. We're going to check it in a few minutes and just see how it comes out. Hey, Jennifer. How are you, sister? All right, Crystal loves quinoa. We love quinoa too, Crystal. And, I mean, it's different. You know, it's not something that we got growing up, that's for sure. And it's not something I'm sure a lot of my viewers have probably had before. But we really like it. And we use it a lot of time as an alternative to rice, because it does have protein in it. So I try to get a little more protein and a little less starch. So, I mean, it does have carbs. I mean, it's not carb free, but that's what we got going on. So, now I have saw some recipes for Mexican street corn, and it's been a while since I've seen one, and I really don't remember all the details of it, but I remembered that you smear it with like mayonnaise and sour cream and seasonings, and so I'm gonna just make a little smear for the corn when it gets out. There's probably a tablespoon to a tablespoon and a half of mayonnaise there. I only have 2 ears of corn, so it's not gonna take much. That's probably gonna be way too much. So there's that mayonnaise in my bowl. Well, let me go ahead and add a little bit of sour cream. There's about the same amount of sour cream as I have mayonnaise. Okay. Now, my butter's hard. I should melt my butter a little bit. I'll just rub the butter on the hot corn. How about that? Alright. And this is probably nothing like any recipe we've seen, because like I said, it's been a while. I don't even know. I'm going to put some of my Quinoa seasoning in it. Okay? A lot of it. I'm going to put some lime juice in it. And I'm going to sneeze is what I'm going to, I'm going to sneeze is what I'm going to do, because I'm going to tell you, that Quinoa seasoning gets up your nose. Oh, maybe I won't sneeze. Okay, let me grab the corn and check on it. Yep, I sneezed. Sorry. It's all good. Oh, goodness. Sorry about that. Gesundheit. That Cajun seasoning or Creole seasoning, whew, it got me. Okay, this corn is hot. I think it's really done. All right. I think what I'm gonna do, just for I'm gonna pull my phone off is what I'm gonna do. Y'all, today is not my day. Oh, sorry about that. Let me get y'all set back up here. I forgot that I had, let's see what we can do here. All right, y'all. Maybe, nope, it's gonna fall again. This thinking, tripod is flimsy. I'm gonna have to grab another one. But I wanted to get some foil, is what I wanted to do for this corn. So I'm gonna do this. And this, you know, it might not be good, but I think it will be. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and put some cheese in it. Probably Parmesan cheese would be good, but I'm gonna do this Mexican style shredded cheese. And put that in there. Let me check on everything back here on the stove. The quinoa's still boiling. Let me flip these. I might need to turn my vent on a little bit too. What are you barking at, Peyton? There we go. Fagan's on guard duty, so he sees somebody coming down the road. It's just Rod. I'm going to put a little more cheese in that, and then I'm going to smear it on this corn, and then I'm just going to fold it up and leave it in the foil until we're ready to eat. Maybe it'll be good. Hey, Rhonda. Put a little more cheese. All right. My cabbage has stopped as well during all the sneezing and the collapsing of the camera. You know, I'm just cooking for real here, y'all. So this is pretty thick. I'm just going to smear it on this corn. And it needs some green herbs in it, but I don't have any. It needs some cilantro, I know. I know it needs that. But I don't have any, so we're just trying this. But I think it'll be pretty good. But I'm telling you, this corn cooked in the microwave, just with butter on it, butter and salt. You can't beat it. I mean, it's good like that. I love it like that. Sorry guys, some crazy, thought I had my phone set on D&D, but one of those robocaller things called just now and probably cut me off. You know, I'm just going with the flow today. Phone calls, sneezes, phone falling, camera falling, last minute meal change ideas. So that's my day today. That's life. That's how it is in the kitchen with Julie Ellen. Just roll with the punches, right? Just roll with the punches. I'm hoping that this pork gets done. I'm thinking, okay, I'm just gonna set this over to the side. I'm thinking that I'm gonna put a couple lids over it to trap some of that heat in and help it to get done faster. And it's really smoking up back there. But I think that will help it to cook a little faster on the inside because I really want mine done. So let's check out the cabbage and see if it's done. Since it went off, let me check my quinoa as well. It still has some broth in it, so it's still cooking. So it's fine. We're gonna let that be fine. We're gonna let that go. I didn't put any butter on my corn, but I think the sour cream and stuff is enough. Move this out of the way. All right, let's see what we can do here. All right, it's still got pressure on it, so I'm gonna have to release the pressure. Prevent myself from getting a shower, I'm gonna put my little towel over it. See my little towel, isn't it sweet? See where it's been sewn on the edge with crochet thread? You like to see the different seasonings I use? Yeah, I like to use different types of seasonings on different things. I was going to tell you about my towel. Feeling nostalgic today. Katie, if you watch this, Lolly made my towel for me. So, Laura Ellen, who I'm named after because I'm Julie Ellen, made this for me when I had my housewarming. Feeling nostalgic. We love and miss her so much. Alright, let's release that pressure. There's not too much left in it because it's been coming down for a few minutes. Yeah, you know, certain seasonings just seem to go with certain types of food. The Creole seasoning, it goes well with pork. That Creole seasoning actually goes well with anything. So, yeah. I'm going to flip these again. And like I said, I'm just using that lid to trap that heat in and kind of just get it cooked good on the inside. Alright, so here we go. And also, woo, lots of steam. Yeah, that Creole is really good, Jerry Wayne. I'm just going to stick my fork in my cabbage and see if it's tender, and it is. I don't know if y'all can see it or not. Let's see if I can knock the phone over again. But it's got plenty of bacon in it, that's for sure. So that bacon just would season that up good. You know, if you didn't want to use the bacon, and I've done it lots of times, just put some olive oil on it. Olive oil, salt, and pepper. You know, that's how I cook my green beans a lot, most of the time. So you don't even have to do the bacon. That bacon is a little floppy for my taste. But I guarantee you, the cabbage is good. I'm gonna get a bite of the cabbage real quick here. See if I can burn my mouth. I'm gonna put the lid back on it just to let it keep warm. Well, I said it was. There we go. That'll keep it warm. That's the best cabbage I've had in a long time. I love bull cabbage. And that is some good bull cabbage. I need some cornbread with it, but I'm not making cornbread tonight. We had cornbread last night, and I don't cook it every night because we don't need it every night. So, but that's some good bull cabbage, I'm telling y'all. It really is. Okay, let's see. I may move the camera over to the stove. See, this is smoking good. Oh, y'all aren't seeing it. I got some good grill marks on it. The grill's good and hot. And that should be pretty juicy because they're really thick. So I'm going to let them just continue. Now my quinoa is cooking still. I'm looking for my mitt, and of course I left it somewhere else. But see, it's still got juice in it, but it's starting to soak it up. So it shouldn't be much longer on the quinoa before it's done. Let's see what else Jerry had to say. Well, alright, so supper's coming along. I was going to make tonight, I had planned on making some fajitas, but Donnie didn't want fajitas, so I wasn't too disappointed. I really wasn't much in the mood for them either. But last night I cooked meatloaf. I reshared my meatloaf recipe, my meatloaf video, so if you haven't seen that, you can go back and watch it. I shared that last night because I made that again. I made meatloaf again last night. And last night with my meatloaf, I made mashed potatoes and green peas and fried some okra with green tomatoes in it. And it was so good. It made cornbread. And so, but it felt like it was just one of those heavy suppers, you know. So tonight I wanted something a little lighter, and this just feels a little lighter to me. So that's what I wanted. So that's why I was trying to find something not quite as, you know, heavy tonight to cook. So, but this should be done pretty soon. Let me check on that rice again and see if I need to cut it off, because I don't want it to go, and it's not rice, it's quinoa. I don't want it to go too far. I'm just going to leave the lid off and let it boil just a little bit more to get a little more of the juice out. Got another phone call. That actually was Donnie. Let me go grab my phone and other phone and call him. There he is. He's calling on it too. Hello. Okay. And he's gonna be late. All in a day's work, right? Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off. And I'm gonna show it to you. So that's what it looks like. It's really good. And it's a little grain if you've never had it. Still got quite a bit of juice in there, and I could go ahead and cook it on out, and I may, but I don't want to burn it. So there we go. That is quinoa. And you know, there's lots of different ways that you can cook quinoa. You can you know, you can just cook it, and you can make it sweet, kind of like you do rice. You know, you can make sweet rice, you can make sweet quinoa. So if you're interested in trying that, give it a try, because I mean, it's really good. It goes well with grilled chicken. The pilaf that I make here, it's really good with grilled chicken. It's good with grilled fish. I like to eat it with a lot of grilled things, but you could eat it with baked chicken or just really anything. But I like it. I hope you do too. Let me check on this meat again, and it's probably done. I know Donnie would tell me it's done, but I don't know. I'm gonna let it go just another minute. I don't want it. I tend to overcook it. I know I do. I just don't want it raw. So I'm sure I'm gonna grab a plate is what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna get a piece off and cut into it and see. We'll just see. On your meat, even when you take it off of the grill, it'll continue to cook for a little bit. So I'm gonna turn that one off. I'm gonna grab this one. Now I've got a good sear on it. You see that? Woo! Let me dump it out. So let me go ahead and cut into it and just see if it's done. This will make all the juices run out of it, I know. I should let it rest a minute, but it is done. See? It's white. So it's done. All right, very good. Well, I'll just go ahead and grab the rest of them off then. And there we go. There's our grilled, boneless pork chops, thick cut. So, I think that means supper is done, y'all. Well, I better leave that on another minute while that gets cooled down. But let me go ahead and plate up some of this so that you guys can see, and I'll give everything a little taste. All right, so we've got some quinoa, pilaf. So let me spoon up a little bit of that. And then we've got our grilled, boneless pork chop. And you can put barbecue sauce on it if you like barbecue sauce or any kind of sauce that you like on there. All right, over here we've got some cabbage. Let me go ahead and get something to get that cabbage out with. This boiled cabbage, I mean, I'm telling you, it cooks so quickly in this pressure cooker. And it is so good. There we go. All right. Some boiled cabbage. And then I made a little bit of corn. So let me go ahead and grab my corn. You're very welcome. Who said that? You're welcome, Jerry Wayne. All right. So I've got this corn that I coated. And we just lay it there. Okay, guys, there's my supper. There's my phone again. The American Red Cross. Okay, they want my blood. We'll talk about that later. Okay. All right, guys. So now let me give everything a taste and see how it goes. Let me check this corn out because I haven't ever ate it like this. Mmm. Mmm. Guess what? I like it. Did y'all think I wouldn't? Alright, I'm going to taste some of my pork chop. And it's just kind of, it's going to be just kind of plain. But that's okay with me. Because sometimes I'm just a plain person. I just like something simple and plain. And that's kind of what this is. Mmm. It's really juicy. It's not dried out at all. That thickness of that cut, I think, is what kept that from drying out. Quinoa is very hot. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, my boiled cabbage. Best thing on the plate. It's so good. I love boiled cabbage though. Y'all, that's supper. You know, it was a journey to get here. We battled through low blood sugar and phones falling and phones ringing and even know what all. So that though we made it. Adam, cabbage in your air fryer. You could probably cook it in your air fryer, Adam. I've never cooked it in my air fryer, but I don't see why you couldn't. I'll look into that and I'll let you know. I'll send you a message and I'll let you know. I'll look into some recipes and see if I can find some things. But I don't see why you couldn't. You know, fried cabbage is good. I don't know if you've ever had it, but you can take cabbage and you can fry it with like some Polish sausages, and I guarantee you could do that in the air fryer and it would be really good. So Adam was asking me about that. So yeah, I think you could do that. But do y'all think I should wait on Donnie or go ahead and eat? I don't know. It's awful tempting to go ahead and eat. But we'll see. But I appreciate you all joining me today, and I hope you enjoyed it, and forgive me for all the catastrophes that happened today, but we made it through, and it's just, that's just life. That's just how it goes. That's how it goes in my kitchen anyway. So thanks for joining me in the kitchen with Julie Ellen. Bye-bye, everybody. We'll see you next time.